Hi there, welcome back to another unboxing and review video with me, Jennifer Kirk, here on my channel. And today I'm going to have a quick short video because I got told off for talking at length. Not by you, you're fine. It's, my people who get me into trouble. We have people, they normally just hit me with a stick repeatedly. Anyway, we got here a Hornby R6615 Ingot Mould Tippler. And this is a follow-up model to the model that they released, I think it's coming up to a couple of years ago now. And it's a new version of the 27-ton Tippler wagon. Now, this is a wagon which they've had in their range for a great many years, but they took the opportunity to radically update the moulds, and the original moulds were a little bit past it. And I have to say that this new version is an excellent model, and it just shows that when Hornby do rolling stock well, they really do rolling stock well, to the point where the good Hornby stuff, I'd say, is the best on the market. The problem is that they also have a lot of stuff in their catalogue which is not very good at all, but they still charge top whack prices for it. So, you have to shop around with Hornby in my opinion, but this is right up there on the top of the pile. So I haven't opened this yet, so we're going to delve on in here. And we've got the typical standard box with a white card insert, and that's really just to show the model off to its best advantage. And inside we've got the clear blister surround that just unclips and then opens up. Unlike the Bachmann models, the actual protective cellophane is attached to the surround, so you don't end up with little bits of plastic stuck by static to everything. So that is a good plus there. Now the model itself is very, very well moulded. We don't have sprung buffers, but they are turned metal buffers. They're not an actual part of the plastic. And other things to note, we've got very fine brake gear, and the brake shoes perfectly line up with the wheels. Now, it always used to be the case that the brake shoes would be moulded as part of all this sole bar material in one, so they'd be completely out of line with the wheels. Not so here. We've also got a representation of a brake pipe that there zigzags across. Even though this is tops coded MSO, that would suggest to me that either this moulding is a generic moulding, and at some point we will see the release of the MSV version, which is the vacuum brake version, or it may well be that the originals were all built with a through pipe that may not necessarily have still been in use, or it may be that, they were wagons that it was always intended to possibly at a later date fit them for through vacuum braking. I don't know. We've also got a stretcher bar there between the two W irons on each side, and again that's something that is not present on any of the Bachmann models. We've got very, very fine and crisp printing on the side, even down to the representation of the stencil letters for the Ingot Mould. Now the original wagons of these were used to carry the actual moulds that metal ingots were cast in. They would be on a ballast base. They were dumped in here, and either the new ones going to the steel mills from where the moulds were made, or worn out and broken moulds going on their way back to be broken up and recast. One gripe I have with these, and it's the same gripe that I have with the Bachmann wagons as well, is the unweathered ones, they don't paint the insides. It just looks there like it's left bare grey plastic, and I always think that detracts from the model. It's something that is such an easy fix, and indeed on the weathered version of wagons they paint it in a sort of a rust colour, and I really think that even though this isn't a weathered wagon, a coat of even a uniform rust colour looks so much better, to the point where whilst I never personally like to weather pristine wagons like this, I will make an exception with the Tippler wagons and some of the other hopper wagons, and I paint the inside with Humbrol number 62 is a good shade to use. You've got to be very, very careful, if necessary, mask off at the top, because you don't want that just messing up the rest of the wagon, but it does certainly improve the look of these things. But overall, we have an excellent wagon here. And like I said before, it just goes to show that when Hornby puts their mind to it, they can produce a first-class wagon. And it's quite an inexpensive wagon. I know when it was first released, the price were a bit high, but Hornby had a change of heart and slashed the RRP, and not just of these wagons, but some of the other wagons, including their new CAR brake vans, and also things like the Trout ballast hoppers. And in my mind, they've brought them down to a much, much more competitive price, and I have no hesitation on buying these vehicles when they come to the market with a different livery. I'm a sucker for things with the Tops livery on it, and with this being branded an MSO, it puts it firmly in sort of late 70s, early 80s period, so I just had to have it. So on the grand scale of things, it's a bog standard wagon, but it is done exceptionally well, and I would give it a 9 out of 10. Anyway, don't forget to share this video, like it too, and subscribe to the channel, and you'll be the first to see new videos as we put them on up. Anyway, I've been Jennifer Kirk. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and well, you take very good care of yourself, and well, we'll see you next time. Bye for now.